I'm gonna start this week's message with a message to you from one of my favorite movies. Now, I don't watch that many movies, so that's saying something. The movie is Creed, and here's what happens. Michael B. Jordan's character, Adonis Johnson, he's getting ready for his big fight. He's in the zone. His team's in the zone. Everyone's like hype man, hyping him up, telling him how great he's going to be, how good he looks, how strong he is. And Adonis looks at them and says, "No, I can't hear any of that right now. Right now I gotta get focused. Gotta go beat the guy that was in front of me yesterday." So they let him be, let him focus, and he goes out there and does it. I love that story because I think that's a great way to live your life. So often we are looking outside of ourselves for motivation. We're looking outside of ourselves for inspiration. We're looking outside of ourselves for advice. And yeah, sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need to have people around you that believe in you, because if nobody else believes in you, then you won't believe in you. But I think one of the most important things that you can do to help yourself is look inward. And when you look inward, you see that there's two versions of you. There's the version of you that is today, and there's the version of you that was yesterday. And if you want to get better, if you want to make more money, if you want to lose weight, if you want to improve your relationship, if you want to stop doing drugs, whatever it is that you want to do, you have to beat the version of you that was yesterday. And so often we get confused and we end up looking outwards instead of inwards. And we try to find somebody else that can be our inspiration instead of just being inspired by ourselves. Now, you may say, "What do you mean? How do I get inspired by myself?" Well, I'll tell you how. Decide what it is you want to accomplish, and then you have to identify the qualities that will help you accomplish that goal. Let's use an example. If you want to lose weight, then you need to become the version of you that is disciplined around food. You need to be the version of you that works out every day. If you want to be financially successful, then you need to become the version of you that doesn't spend money on crap, that saves money, that invests money. If you want to become an influencer or an entrepreneur, then you need to become the version of you that gets up early, that works hard, that hustles. So here's how you do it. 1. You have to visualize who that person is. Take some time away. But you're going for a walk and you're thinking about this stuff. You picture in your mind who that person is. What would a disciplined you around food look like? What would a financially savvy you look like? What would an entrepreneurial you look like? Visualize that person, see what they do, see what they don't do, see what they think about, see how they feel, see how they behave. Once you have that vision of who that person is, you have to act like that person. You have to begin to see the world through that person's eyes. You have to start thinking their thoughts. You have to start seeing what they see, believing what they believe, feeling how they feel, and doing what they do. Because if you do that, guess what happens? You start to become that person. The second thing that you have to do is stop being the version of you that was yesterday. If you want to become the version of you that is disciplined around food, then you have to stop being the version of you that stays up late watching Netflix and ordering pizza. If you want to become the version of you that is financially savvy, you have to stop being the version of you that spends money on crap and doesn't save money and doesn't invest money. If you want to become the version of you that is an influencer or an entrepreneur, then you have to stop being the version of you that stays up late playing video games instead of working on your business. See, when we talk about becoming someone else, we often think that we're retrying to become this far-off mythical creature that only exists in our imagination. But the truth is, we're just trying to become a better version of ourselves. We're just trying to stop being the crappy version of ourselves that we currently are and become a better version of ourselves. Which leads me to the third thing that you have to do, and that is, you have to forgive the version of you that was yesterday. Listen, none of us are perfect. We all screw up. We all do stupid things. We all make mistakes. The key is not to beat yourself up over those mistakes. The key is not to punish yourself for those mistakes. The key is to forgive yourself for those mistakes and move forward. Because if you hold on to the guilt and the shame and the embarrassment of your past self, then you will never be able to become the version of you that you want to become. Which leads me to the fourth and final step, which is to celebrate the version of you that is getting closer to the version of you that you want to be. Every time you do something that brings you closer to your goal, every time you resist temptation and choose the right thing, every time you choose to be the person that you want to be, celebrate that. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small they are. Be proud of yourself. Be happy with yourself. Reward yourself. Because if you do that, guess what happens? You start to believe in yourself. You start to believe that you can actually become the version of you that you want to become. And listen, this is not an easy process. This is not a quick fix. This is something that takes time and effort and dedication. But if you're willing to put in the work, I promise you, you will see results. All right, let's get back to the Creed clip that I showed you at the beginning of this video.
Here's the thing.
In that moment, Adonis didn't need any external motivation. He didn't need anyone to hype him up. He didn't need anyone to tell him that he was great. He already knew that. He already believed it. Why? Because he had beaten the version of him that was yesterday. He'd beaten the guy that was in front of him yesterday. So when it came time to get in the ring and fight, he was ready. He was focused. He was locked in. He was in the zone. That's where you need to be. That's where I need to be. That's where we all need to be. We all have a version of us that was yesterday. We all have a version of us that is today. We all have a version of us that will be tomorrow. And here's the beautiful thing. Tomorrow's you is always up to you. You get to decide what that person is going to be like. You get to decide what that person is going to do. You get to decide what that person is going to think, feel, and believe. So why not decide to become the best version of you that you possibly can become? Why not decide to beat the version of you that was yesterday? Because if you do that, I promise you, you will be unstoppable. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button below and subscribe. Also, if you want some extra help with your manifestation, I have something that will really help you, and it's my Manifestation Accelerator program. In this program, I give you everything I know about manifestation. It's a done-for-you system. All you have to do is follow it, and you will manifest your desires. We also have a community of like-minded individuals inside the program, and we do live Q&A calls. So if you want some extra help with your manifestation, check out the link below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.